Welcome to The Sex Matters. I'm Dr. Twee.
And I'm Jenna Stewart.
Today's episode marks a pivotal moment in our ongoing journey of sexual exploration and personal growth.
We'll witness a powerful act of sexual rebirth in the Sex Lab, building on the emotional progress our participants have made throughout the series.
Join us as we delve into the vulnerability, intimacy, and the transformative power of kinship support, showcasing just how far our group has come and the new horizons they're embracing. Well, today we're talking about sexual rebirth. So the idea of sexual rebirth, that can happen because sexual identity is really in many ways fluid. You can change whatever it's been to whatever you want it to be anytime you want it to be. Anytime you're ready for that, anytime you want to explore something or try something different, you're not fixed on who you think you are, because that could change today, tomorrow. And part of this work is being open to what is trying to emerge. What we're going to be doing today is, I think that Michael has gone through something really significant with his mother, and he's ready for something that feels transformative for him. And we want to do that in actuality, in a way that is kind of unconventional for people that are doing therapy. And that's what evocative psychotherapy really is. It's calling something forth that we want to draw out in Michael. And so what would you all say that is? What is his actual rebirth about?
Being independent, in the sense that your actions you carry forth are about you, not in response to somebody else.
Being unguarded, less protected, open to the possibilities of what the next step might be, not having to plan everything out.
Letting someone take care of you instead of you caretaking for everybody else.
Maybe allowing also for things that you can't imagine. You know, what is about to happen is not something that he maybe has ever imagined doing. Like, those are really important moments to have in your life that you create. We created this moment. It didn't exist without us. It wasn't in existence without the thought that we wanted to do something specific for Michael. And this is what we do for each other. We set up lives that allow for this kind of thing because, as Peter witnessed in the last time that we were together, it's so beautiful to discover. I often say that life's greatest gift is discovery. And when you really embrace that, you really get a sense of what there is in the world to really find that resonates with you. Not what you've learned, not what you know. You're not limited to that realm. You're open to the possibilities, and it's beautiful. So the Sex Lab is going to consist of all of us today. That's going to be really, really exciting. And what we're planning to do is shave Michael's beard. And we'll start with how you feel about that and what's coming up for you as you imagine that we're going to be doing this with you.
This definitely pulls at my heartstrings. I'm thinking about how we put together the group for my phone call home, and I never would have envisioned something like that in my life, to have that many people show up for me that way. And it's happening again. And so I'm just kind of overjoyed by that. I know we talked about leaving room for the unknown. And I was wanting to find my next North Star and what is this growth going to look like? And I don't know. I do know that it's going great so far, and this is really lovely.
I was saying to Michael, what if he didn't quite have a North Star for a little bit? You know, what if he allowed himself to wander a bit without thinking that this is the destination? And what path would you choose if it wasn't the path that you already knew? How do you discover that? So this is really an entry into that experience for you. So let's talk about logistics. I think what I'd like for you to do is the distribution of who you think you want to do what. The order of operations usually is we would drape you. Typically, we would do something like put a hot towel on you and then trim you. And then from there, someone would lather you, and then someone would shave you, and then moisturize. And so who would you like to do what?
Well, I guess if anybody doesn't want to hold the blade, let me know now. You can start then with the draping. Kathy, hot towel. Heater, can you trim? Shaving cream and the blade.
Anything coming up for people just as they're getting ready to do this?
I'm happy for you. And I feel honored that you're letting us all participate in this.
Any feelings that people want to share just in the moment before we get started?
It's really interesting to take something that most of us do every day and to make it a communal act and an act of joy.
You can make the most ordinary moments extraordinary. You can make this a communal moment. You can make it an erotic moment. You can make it a connecting moment. It's whatever you want. You bring that to this experience. This is for Michael, but it's equally for you, all of you. Anyone else?
I'm a little nervous.
Okay.
I want to be able to show up in a way that is meaningful for you.
You already did.
Perfect. All right, you guys ready? Let's do it. Welcome to the Sex Lab. I don't think anyone's had a sixsome before, so this will be the first for everyone. This is exciting. How are you feeling about us all being here for you?
It's beautiful. I'm trying to take it all in and not feel overwhelmed from being the center of attention. It's kind of a new experience.
Yeah. You know, what I want to encourage you to do is just take in whatever feels good to you. Be really open to the experience. And for people that are working, all we're doing is showing up and allowing for whatever wants to emerge. So there's nothing that you need to do. We're all here to be a part of, to help, to support. And so don't get caught up in anything. It's not a performance, right? It's an important moment. It's us coming together and just celebrating you. Here's to sexual rebirth. And I'm just noticing how we feel, Kathy, as you are holding that space for him.
I'm feeling very loving. A lot of love for you, Michael.
And Michael, just noticing anything you're feeling as you're working with her.
Well, it's nice. This feels so very supportive.
There's this really beautiful line about sometimes the moments that we dream of are the moments that are happening right in the moment. You said you wanted to start, or do you want me to start? What's the tension about this?
The way that you're holding his head and the closeness that you have, it feels like a very intimate moment.
There's a lot of care and attention.
I'm just super emotional still, and I'm so happy that Michael is having this experience because he deserves it.
I'm happy for Michael. We've worked together now for a few experiences, and I feel like I'm seeing a whole new person.
You're crying earlier.
Mm-hmm. Just felt just really lovely. I mean, there was a sense of, I guess, grieving the loss of what that period represented. And I'm ready to move forward, but it's not without some sadness.
It's part of it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Good. I'm gonna let Jenna come over and show you what you look like, okay?
It make me cry.
Kathy, go ahead and come behind him. Find yourself in the frame of his face. Jamie, the same. Peter, the same. And look with him. And just noticing how you feel in the moment. You're open to them telling you how they feel in the moment?
I love you so much, and I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you.
I'm so happy for you. You look at the just a beautiful face, a beautiful soul.
You really transform. You really do. It's amazing. I feel it, and I can see it.
Anything coming up for you, Jenna?
It's just really special to see you guys just so bonded. Really special.
Thank you for trusting us.
Yeah, thank you for showing up the way you do.
Let's hear from everyone. What came up for you?
What came up was how intimate it was and wanting to share that.
What felt intimate to you?
Michael had many people touching him and being with him. More importantly, though, it was everybody wanted to be there with him. And it wasn't just to get it done. It was, we were helping him transform in that moment.
We made something, I think, truly beautiful from something that is a daily experience for people, that this is something that they do as a daily routine or as a normal part of their everyday life. But then we gave it life in a way that perhaps you've never experienced before. And it was simple.
I'd say it was momentous for you. This was a big thing for you to sit back, receive it, allow everyone to sort of take part in this, care for you. I think part of the intimacy was you receiving it. The other part of the intimacy, I think, was everybody sort of taking part in a different way. And I think it was really special. It was joyful. And it was great to see this transformation. You look very youthful right now. And I don't mean like young youthful, but just sort of free youthful.
Yeah, and you can reference that image of us sitting with him and reenacting the moment where he called his brother and we're saying goodbye. And he's really been through something, as you all have this last year, but there's something actually transforming for him as you're looking at him now. You can feel it, you can see it, you can experience it.
I was super emotional doing the work with Michael, I think because you got emotional, and it seems like it meant a lot to you. Your vulnerability is so compelling, and I've said this to you before. It's incredibly masculine to be so vulnerable with people that you feel safe with, and it's hot. It's really attractive that you just let yourself be in the moment and present and feel whatever you were feeling. And so, like, I was super proud and I was compelled. And when I was using the towel on your face, like, it felt very sensual for me. And so it was an incredible experience for me. And so I hope that you had a great experience too.
I'm going to go a little deeper. I sort of sense this like group Tantra, if you will, just the art of giving and receiving, and like you being fully present and just just receiving so many different acts from so many people can be very overwhelming, but you were very present in it, and you guys all gave, we all gave. It was like a beautiful group Tantra session with an act that was very innocent.
What would you describe as Tantra for them? How would you describe Tantra?
It's an exchange of energy between two people that are in the same bubble, if you will. And then the act of fully giving and fully receiving is a lot of people put up defenses and they get really uncomfortable in that really intimate sort of connection. But that was like, again, something very simple that had this Tantra feeling to it because everybody was so present.
And what about you, Michael? Anything you want to share in the moment?
Thank you all. That was profound. I think my love language is touch, and I maybe have sequestered it to sexual relationships too much, but feeling all that love from you through touch was like a beautiful reminder of my desire to receive and let myself receive. So it was beautiful. And it brought up a lot. I mean, growing up, I always knew where my dad was. If he walked by, he'd just like brush his hand along my shoulder just to let me know he was walking by.
Yeah.
Every time. So that was just really lovely to connect that sense of family with this family here.
Did you feel anything different with different people? Is there anything you want to share around that?
Well, everyone felt very present. It was just fun to receive their energy. Jenna felt playful, and that was a lovely start. Kathy felt very gentle and caring and thoughtful, and that was wonderful. Peter felt like an older brother, just kind of showing the younger brother how to do his first shave. Jamie, it felt like a friend, just kind of taking care of each other. I could feel you get over that moment of, this feels a little intimate, and to lean into it. And so I really thank you for that. And Twee, I definitely felt your intention to create a beautiful experience for me.
Yeah, we created it together, all of us.
Yeah, you did.
What does sexual rebirth mean for each of you, given what you saw, what you experienced, everything that you felt today? What feels like your own commitment to your own sexual rebirth?
Possible. It seems very present, where if you had asked me a couple weeks ago, I think it would be an abstract idea, concept,
Yeah.
but it seems very, very present right now in my life.
And what would that be for you, to be more specific?
I think walking into any situation, being present, confident, masculine, and enjoying the moment, and just seeing where it takes me.
Beautiful.
I would have to say awakening would be letting down my guard, letting the moment actually evolve organically and not think of it, anything as performance or the old stereotypes, and more of I'm safe and I can trust this person and I don't have to protect myself along the way, to let an actual sharing of an experience occur.
Beautiful.
I think for me, it's exploring what I like, what I don't like, leaning into the feeling. Like today I felt sensual, so like lean into that and sort of explore why and how that can show up in my day-to-day sexuality, and just discovering what it is that turns me on or feels good to me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'd build on that, the commitment to curiosity and sort of a breaking of chains, that I don't want to be bound by other people's expectations of masculinity or sexuality, that I just want to let myself have the space to be curious and discover what's there.
Yeah, I love that. Well, it's hard to believe we're coming to an end. It's such a momentous day. Do you want to say anything before?
do.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I think sexual rebirth, revival, whatever you call it, is possible at any age. I think it happens for brave people who are 80. You know, they become a widow and they go into a home and, you know, they find someone. I don't think that it's ever limited to an age, but I also think that a sexual rebirth after trauma, after divorce, after any sort of breakup or, you know, deep, hurtful situation is falling in love with yourself. And that's the best place to be, because you can give when you are in love with yourself and you feel good about yourself. You're present for someone else. So I think a lot of people think they have to find that person that matches, and that's a trauma bond. And when you're healed and when you're in love with yourself, you're okay. You can walk into a room, and if someone, you know, connects, they connect. And if not, you just had a pleasant time because you feel good about you. And it's a really beautiful place to be.
Yeah, and hopefully from the experiences here, you get a sense that sexuality isn't relegated to the bedroom, right? It is integrated in everyday life with everyday things, and to live as if it's integrated into your life so that you can have the fullest expression of who you are. It's a significant part of our lives. It gives us life. It's creative. It is joyful. It's pleasurable. It's all of these things that are really, really beautiful. And it doesn't have to be an event. It's just part of life. Everyday life.
As we conclude this remarkable episode of The Sex Matters, we're reminded of the incredible growth and change our participants have experienced through this entire series.
From confronting personal challenges to embracing new aspects of their sexuality, each person's journey has contributed to this powerful moment of rebirth.
Remember, sexual awakening is a continuous process intertwined with our everyday lives. This is Jenna Stewart
and Dr. Twee, encouraging you to keep exploring, growing, celebrating, and expanding your own sexual journey.
This set a new bar for magical. There's so many beautiful things, seeing how you can take something, like she said, that's so routine and instill it with so much love and intention. She talks about finding the divine in places, and in that chair, I was experiencing the divine. It was wonderful. When I first started with this program, the Sex Lab brought up for me kind of some expectations around it being very explicitly sexual, I guess, and slowly understanding that sex is in everything and embracing that. So feeling less embarrassed about how often I was bringing my mom into this space, and understanding that's just where I am in my journey. And then to end up with the whole group, finding that kind of intimacy with each and everyone and loving it. It was really special. I hope everyone gives themselves the same grace to be curious about whatever emotions came up for them when they were watching this, that none of them are wrong and none of them need to be shamed, that they just teach us. And I'll be right there with them on the journey.